Hey everybody, welcome back to Cheap Comic Collector. This is number 223, and today we're going over some auction wins. So I want some more books from Dr. Skull, and I have a new book that I want to show you. I was looking for some Platinum Age books again on eBay, see if I could get lucky and score one for under $10 again, and I couldn't find any. But in the course of that, I found this book that I wanted to share with you. It does have Platinum Age material in it. It's just a newer book. So I'm just gonna switch over to the other camera here and see if that'll work. I'll try that again. I know last time I screwed it up, but I think I clicked on the wrong thing. So we are just going to I have to pull up a different screen to change it. Let me see what happens. We did it. Yes. So very cool. So this is, as you can see, it's Bringing Up Father by George McManus, starring Maggie and Jiggs. And this is a nice hardcover, thick hardcover book. It's got a nice spine. It's got a back cover, and that's the dust cover. I'll show you the spine of the actual the book. It's kind of like got this gold ink embossing on it, makes it look kind of fancy. And Bringing Up Father was an old comic strip. It was around for years and years and years, but I think it ended. I think it may have ended before I was born. So yeah. Anyway, I was on eBay. I found this book when I was looking up for different titles for platinum books. And this is from Roman numerals. Haven't had to work with those for a while. 1973. This is from, and it was published by a company called Bonanza Books. And there's an introduction with some backstory of George McManus, the guy who created Bringing Up Father, and the characters. This is a picture of the inspirations for Jiggs and Maggie. This is actually the inspiration for the daughter in the strip. This is his wife, Florence. This is an old actor named Billy Barry. Used to perform in plays and stuff like that way back in the 1800s. Probably 1900s, 1800s. That's not right. Well, he might have been in 1800s too. I don't know. But he started drawing comic strips when he was 14 years old. So that's pretty impressive. And I thought there was some information here on the strip of when it started and ended. Yeah, here we go. The first daily strip appeared in 1913. So that's really a long time ago. And not sure when it was canceled. They didn't always tell you cancellations, but it went for many years. 42 years. It says McManus died in 1954. I think that was probably the end of the strip, but I'm not sure. And the book starts off with some early strips that don't have anything to do with the Bringing Up Father. These are just his early strips before he created that. So this is Spare Ribs and Gravy, The Newlyweds, which there are some Platinum Age comics of the Newlyweds as well. And then it gets up to Bringing Up Father a little bit. Now, unfortunately, I haven't read any of this. I've skimmed the introduction, but the printing on these strips are so small that I have to use a magnifying glass to read it. Even if my eyesight was better, I think I would still need a magnifying glass to read it. And the reason for that is if you've ever seen an old newspaper, it's about the width of this book open. That's how big newspapers used to be. So, and then they've shrunk these all down so small because a strip used to go all the way across an entire page. So it would have been about the size of two of these strips together, height wise, and then width would have gone all the way across the page. That's how they would have been originally printed in the old newspapers, approximately. So they've shrunk these way down. They're very hard to read, but you can still appreciate the line work that's in there. I will get around to reading it, but it's just is very small and hard for me to read them. So and honestly, I probably wouldn't get most of the humor since it's from the 1916, 17 eras anyway. But basically, the concept for the strip is that they somehow or another, Jiggs, the guy, he's kind of a bum, W.C. Fields almost kind of type. But they're rich. They have money. So he started out as I don't know if he married into the money or what, but a lot of the jokes are going to be based on that he's rich, but still the simple everyday guy he's always been, while his mother and daughter want to be high society. So it just goes through the whole book. You can appreciate the character design, and it goes up through the decades with sample strips from the different years. You got 1929 right now. And it's a big book. It goes up to 179 pages. Is the numbered pages. And so I love comics. I love comic history. So I love this old stuff as well as the newer stuff. I enjoy comic strips just as much as I do comic books in the art form, and the fact that one evolved from the other, and then it's all fascinating to me. So it looks like here's one I can actually read. They printed one strip on a page for 1938. If they'd have done that, I'd been able to read the book. So anyway, so that's that. Really great art throughout. And I think there was some cartoons. I believe there's some old cartoons or something that was based on this strip. I might be wrong about that, but I believe that that's the case. I should have looked more into the history before I showed that, but I didn't. And then next up, we have the books from that I got from Dr. Skull. So there's no Marvel in here. There's only one DC comic. So if let me turn the light on so we lose that glare. There we go. So if you're only interested in those, you might want to skip this. A lot of Archies in here. But first off, we got this great Baby Huey and Papa comic. This is number 29 from 1967. And I love it because of the monster in the door, and that's got absolutely nothing to do with the stories inside. It's just a great cover with the monster in the doorway. At first I thought all this red ink in his eyes was something somebody had added, but that's actually the comic. That's actually the printing on the comic that exists. I looked it up on Grand Comics database, and the cover they show on there has the same thing. So somebody named Don did go ahead and autograph that for me. Thank you, Don. And never really read Baby Huey. It's a funny animal comic. The joke is basically is he's super strong. And that's really all I know about it. We got Buzzy the Crow in here. I've never read him either. I think I've briefly heard of him. Probably from reading that book I did about the Harvey companion book. Here's there is a monster story in here because Papa eats crazy cabbage and turns into this. So it looks like fun. And then there's a Herman and Catnip story that's basically a Tom and Jerry, I believe, duo. It's a cat and a mouse, but I've never read them either. So that should be interesting. Old 12-cent cover, very cool. And here's the only DC, but it's a good one. World's Finest, number 228. Sons of Superman and Batman are in this one. Eclipso, Vigilante, Metamorpho, Aquaman. And it's complete. And I got these for, let's see, with shipping, they worked out to $1.53 a piece. So not too shabby. It's over $1, but that's where I'm at. So with the older books. So got a Vigilante story in here. It doesn't I think the backup stories probably are reprints, but it doesn't say where they're from. This was before they did that. This is 1975. Got Aquaman. Got a letter column though, so fandom was basically just kind of getting popular. Metamorpho. Early Metamorpho. The Junkyard of Drama. Oh, that's still Metamorpho. It's just continued. That's right. He had his own series a long time ago, in the 60s, I think. Amazing Reversals of Superman and Batman. So some kind of overview of times that Superman and Batman have switched places, it looks like. And then you got an Eclipso story in the back. Fun stuff. Oh, and on the back you can buy Corgi tanks. This is a really decent copy too for it. You know, I mean, it's a little got some creases and stuff on it, but it's a solid copy. And then we have old Heckle and Jekyll comic from Pines. This is number 33. It does have a torn cover here, but who cares, man? This is from 1958. 1959, winter 1959. So it says copyright 58, so the 59 would have been the beginning of the year, probably. That always confuses me when they do a winter date. We got Terry Bears, Heckle and Jekyll, of course. All Terry Toons comics. Sourpuss, Terry Bears, Heckle and Jekyll strip. Mighty Mouse makes an appearance. Dinky the Duck. Dinky Duck. I vaguely remember that character from somewhere. Farmer Alfalfa. That's got to be an old 30s character or something. And a text story on the back, inside back cover. And an ad for selling seeds on the back cover. Very cool. Well, it's ripped at the bottom too. I'm going to have to use some archival tape on that one to hold it together, I think. And here's another issue. This is number 28, so slightly earlier. This is the fall 1957 issue. And you got Clint Clobber on the inside. Jekyll and Jekyll, of course. Little Roquefort. Gandy Goose. Looks like it's kind of hard to see those pages with the light on. Let me try something here. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's better or not. I'll turn the light back on. Maybe I can dim it. Let me dim the light down a little bit. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. Anyway, yeah, Jekyll and Jekyll again. And a Gandy Goose Sourpuss text story. Gaston Le Crayon. Ooh la la, a cry for Gaston to show the world the genius of the only one me. It is I, Gaston, your artiste in need. I want blah blah and blah. I know you can do it, blah blah. Give it all you've got for everyone to see. Hello, Pierre, Gaston is here. At last it is ready, exactly as he wishes. Ah, Gaston, such booty, smack, smack. So basically he drew a sign to replace the sign that says artist needed, saying that sign was one flight up the stairs. Alrighty. I didn't know I could speak French. Boys Clubs of America. And there's a Teddy Bears strip on the back. The back cover is really tore up pretty bad. So some more tape repairs needed on this one as well. Ooh, that back cover. There we go. Yeah, it was one to get caught. Here's a Richie Rich Riches number 42. And I was actually supposed to have this one in the last order, and Dr. Skull missed putting it in the box, so he included it in this one for me. Thank you, sir. And I like this cover, just the fact that it's, they're looking in a sarcophagus, and it's just kind of funny. It's almost an adventure cover, but not really. Yeah, this is a newer one. This is from 1979. Got Richie Rich and Chef Pierre, Richie Rich and Reggie with Cadbury, Richie Rich and Dollar the dog. Looks like a team-up issue. Richie Rich. Yeah. And there's a couple of Richie Riches in the back that are just Richie Riches stories. It is a giant size, 52 pages for 50 cents. Those were the days. And here's number 41. The issue before that one, so it's probably very similar. Richie Rich and Reggie, Richie Rich and Irona, Richie Rich and whoever the handyman used to be called. I forgot about him. He didn't show up very often. Mr. Woody, our estate carpenter. He didn't have a good enough name to show up too often. And then this is obviously a reprint in the back, judging by the art. So yeah, I would say that issue looks like to be about half reprints, actually. Now we get into some of the Archies. Life with Archie number 144. Archie and his friends in a new look at the adventures of Robin Hood. You'll dig it. Old 25-cent cover. Somebody scribbled up there. And this is number 144 from 1974. Archie, you're pitiful. Archie, you're pitiful. I'm also a schnook. It says so right up there. So Archie's breaking the wall there. He's reading the title of his own story. And it's like the Robin Hood story is in the back. Got some loose centerfolds in this one, but it is all there. Nice cover too. Look at the details on the cover here. Down in the corner, you see the frog and the mushrooms and the deer, and then up at the top, there's a frog that wants Archie to kiss him for some reason. Doesn't want to. See if I can get that to focus a little better. There it is. I love when I love looking at details like that on the cover, because nowadays most artists wouldn't put stuff like that in there. You know, it'd just be a basic cover that they could whip out as quick as they could with no artistry to it. Well, I wouldn't say that, no artistry, because the art is fantastic nowadays. It's just that they don't put the details in them like they used to. Sometimes. Here we have Mod Wheels from Gold Key. Not familiar with this, but obviously a series about hot rodding or something. This is number 4 from 1971. I would have been 4 years old. And got some black people in it, which would have been pretty what do I want to say, progressive for Gold Key in the 70s, since it was all cartoons basically and stuff like that. Cool. Life with Archie number 67. This is an old 12 center from 1967. Looks like pretty standard stuff in there for the 60 Archies. Little jinks in there. Nice solid copy. Nothing wrong with that one for how old it is. And here's number 96, 15-cent cover. I don't know how long 15-cent covers were around. They didn't seem to be around very long. I don't see them very often anyway. Got Archie and Jughead practicing for the Archies. This is from 1970. I never appreciated Archies when I was growing up. I thought they were for girls. And but now that I'm older, especially the older ones from like the 60s and 70s, I get a kick out of them. Here's number 86. This is also a 12-cent cover, so this is before the last one. This is from 1969. Archie got his old jalopy. And Archie's is a band because they're on their way to a gig or something. I see their drum in the back of the jalopy. And this one's, it's all there, it's all connected, but it has got a pretty bad roll to it. You can see here on the back how it's mismatched there because of the roll on the spine. But other than that, it's in nice shape. Good enough shape where I don't have to worry about handling it very carefully. So here's Life with Archie number 148. This is 1974. And it looks like it's kind of an adventure story. Not quite, but I'm not sure what's going on. But Archie keeps saving people from having things crash on their heads, it looks like. And another Life with Archie. This is 98. And the Archies are actually performing on the cover of this one. And this one's a nice solid copy. This is, nothing wrong with this one at all. And this is from 1970 as well. It's funny they never did. I mean, I'm sure they've done stories about the Archies, but they never actually gave them their own comic, even though they had those hit songs and they had the cartoon and everything. I don't think they ever, not that I recall, did they ever actually give them their own comic where it was, the title was The Archies. Seems like a missed opportunity there. Here's number 99, another nice solid copy. Some classic Hot Wheels ad on the back here. And another number 102. It's another 15 center and also another car cover. And this one's from 1970. 1970 as well, yeah. And Veronica's got on about the shortest skirt I've ever seen on her, I think. Oh, that's a nice drawing of Jughead there. I like that. Oh, fun fantasy, fantastic adventure Saturday morning on CBS. You got Sabrina plugging the Groovy Goos, Josie and the Pussycats, the Harlem Globetrotters, Archie, of course. Here's the whole lineup over here. Bugs Bunny, Roadrunner, Sabrina and the Groovy Goobies, Josie and the Pussycats, Harlem Globetrotters, Archie's Funhouse, Scooby-Doo, the Monkees, Dastardly and Muttley, the Jetsons, and on Sundays, don't miss Tom and Jerry and the Perils of Penelope Pitstop. And there's an ad for Slowpokes, Milk Duds, and Black Cows. Sometimes the ads are just as or more interesting than the comics. There's another Hot Wheels ad back there. That's a different kind of Hot Wheels ad. And another Life with Archie. This is the Three Musketeers. with Bethos, Archos, and Jungos. Number 151 from 1974. And I got an ad for the Snoopy pencil sharpener. And another Saturday morning ad on CBS. This one has Shazam, The Partridge Family, Valley of the Dinosaurs, The Harlem Globetrotters Made It to Another Year, the Hudson Brothers Razzle Dazzle Comedy Hour. I do not remember them at all. And Archie, the U.S. of Archie, back when they were basically celebrating the history of America. I kind of remember those cartoons. And then you got the Three Musketeers with Archie and the gang. All right. And then lastly, in this group, we've got Little Lulu. Marge's Little Lulu. It's a Dell comic. And it's number... Well, this is interesting. The small print is at the top. And the rest of it is just an ad. So anyway, this is number 53 from 1952. And unfortunately, the page count comes out as incomplete. It's not all here. But I can't tell what's missing because the stories are complete. This is the middle of the comic. This is the end of the story. This is the beginning of the story. So if it didn't say 52 pages on the cover, I would think it was all here. So I'm at 44 pages altogether on a page count. So yeah, I mean it'll be fun reading it because Little Lulu is awesome, but it wasn't complete, unfortunately. But it's still a good issue. It's got stories that are complete in it. So no incomplete stories, just an incomplete comic. All right, so thank you for watching, everybody. Let me see if I can switch that camera again. Let's see if that works. I'm hoping this will keep working for me. I just got to be careful to not. It's easy on that screen to press on the wrong thing. There I am. Yeah. All right. So thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day. Tomorrow. What are we doing tomorrow? Comics Den. Yep, more Comics Den books. This is the last one. We're at the very end of the Comics Den. I know last time I said there was going to maybe be 2 more episodes, but then I did more books, and there isn't. It's a good solid stack of books, so it'll be a little bit of a longer episode, but I don't think there's enough there to do 2 episodes unless I throw some, like, one of my readings in it. So I think we're going to do the Comics Den again tomorrow. That'll be the last one until their next show, which is the end of February. Let's see when this airs. This is the end of January when this is going to air. So hopefully I can get to the new sale. So thanks for watching. We drop a new video every day at noon, except for Saturdays when we do a live stream where we start about 12:30 after the Comic Book Memories show with Doc, Silver Age, and Shannon. They do a great show, so check them out. And then you can pop over here and see the live show where you can claim books. The comics are for sale that we show on Saturday. Live sales. They're claim sales, not an auction, so everything's $2. Prices included. Drop by. It's basically the same thing we do. Like this episode, we're just showing books. It's just that they happen to be for sale. So, thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate you being here. And man, I'm looking at myself here and I got to shave. I'm getting a little fuzzy there. See you tomorrow, guys.